Well, go on YouTube. So while doing my case swap, there's one area where I actually had no clear path, and that was what shifter I was gonna go with. And that's because there's a plethora of options, whether that's K-tune, Acuity, hybrid, etc. But before I went full with a full race shifter, I wanted to see if I could make the OEM shifter better.
So the first part I need to install is the shift cable bracket. This is because I already have upgraded shift cables. Unfortunately, they aren't designed for the 0506 transmission and put my shifter in a bad location. Second, fourth, and reverse all have issues engaging and staying in gear at times. So this bracket will fix that issue.
The only weird thing was these little washers that are different heights. They act as pedestals for the bracket, and you kind of need to put each one in a correct place, I guess, or depending on what transmission you have.
Something completely unassociated to shifting is this oil cap. It just matches my vibe. Anyway, back to the shifting mods. An area I immediately identify as a weak point is the shift arm. You can find the CNC replacement, which was initially designed by K-Tune, but is unfortunately no longer offered by them. You can pick this one up on Amazon, pretty cheap. Okay, so now that I've done these shifter mods, I can honestly say there is actually a bunch of play in the shifter still. All these companies are not wrong. So this is what I've realized. So now that that's solid,
I've also put some washers on the shift cables just to kind of like loose it to, I say, like reduce as much slop as possible, because there was a bit of slop when I was shifting, when I was moving the shifter. And now that that's gone, there's about this much play in just the shifter box. Yep, there we go. So just about that much play in the shifter box still. So I guess the next mod is a new shifter box.
The only other possible area I could change the shift feel, minus changing the shift box itself, would be the shift knob, which itself adds another problem, because the OEM shift knob is also the OEM shift boot retainer. So if I were to add another shift knob, I would need to add an aftermarket retainer of some sort, which I did. And the shift knob I chose was an OEM Honda shift knob, weighted, but I had to add a red inlay just to match the Type R aesthetic, and you can get these at any Honda dealership. And for my last piece, I got some Ruben pedals, because grip on clutch actuation, I guess, does improve shifting, but they look cool.
So, in conclusion, I definitely think all the mods I did do make a difference to the shift feel. It improved it, but only marginally. So, the thing is, I have a chassis mount shifter in my E36, and that one's a little bit too harsh, and I was really trying to find a happy medium. So, I'll still be looking into all the other shift box options to see which one I like. I'll see. And would I recommend anyone to like say do all these mods in search of like a better shift feel? Yeah, because you could kind of get most of these parts relatively cheap on Amazon or such. But do I think if you were chasing that proper shift, like that direct shift engagement, just get the shift box. So well, and that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.